Hi, Dragon Dreamers. Gina Virginia Casella here, Spiritual Biz Entrepreneur, Shaman, and the one behind the Dragon Dreams Soul Tribe Collective. In this video, I want to put it on screen share and show you how to access phenomenal free resource created by yours truly. So in theory, usually I have it on screen share to start, but in theory, this is going to work. Okay, you should be able to see my screen. What I want to do is show you the Dragon Dreams Soul Tribe Collective Facebook group. So here it is. If you haven't joined already, please do. And right here in the discussion, this is where you're going to post your 1 to 3 minute videos, or if you wanted to take pictures and share your progress on your dream journal, that's where you can do it. The focus, though, is on the free resource. So if you go to the file section right here, you will find the free resource, Organizing Relationships. And for some reason, if it's not there, just hit this file name. It puts things in alphabetical order. Sometimes it reverses that order. And sometimes if I add new stuff to this, it doesn't show, but it's there. You just have to click file name. Don't ask me why, but that's what's going on. So anyways, you just click on it, download it. If you want to print it, you can. So I'm not going to read it word for word. My intention is just to highlight some of the images. So organizing relationships, this is to help you bridge your dream life with your waking life. So this right here, this Venn diagram is very important. You see on one side, you've got your waking life. That's your first person perspective. That's you reading this. That's the 5% you talking. Then you've got this other part of you, the third person perspective, the conscious observer. It could also be your dream life. The middle part here, the two circles merged together, the similarities. So you can have anything on this side of the Venn diagram, and you can have anything on this side of the Venn diagram. And then what you do is you take all the things that are similar and you put them in the middle. Okay? So just doing a very simple activity like this is helpful. You can use a T chart. You can just draw a bunch of different circles to represent different ideas. And I'll show you those diagrams right now. So I want you to play. So the diagrams come last, but here's an introduction. It's just to guide you. Again, I'm not going to read this word for word. So you're going to set yourself up for success. You're going to dream journal. There's tips and tricks in here, how to get started. This is a reflective practice. You want to ask yourself lots of open questions. Who, what, when, where, why, how. You want to use all your senses, sight, smell, touch, taste, hearing, your emotions. So when you're doing this, you're not, you could dream journal about this experience, but really what you're doing is you're physically doing this. And so this is a bit of a hilarious example. And it's a true example. I did this. I pretended that my hallway was a rapid river. So in my waking life, like for real 3D reality here, the hallway was now a river. Okay. I had pictures hanging on the wall. Those pictures now transformed into other things. I had cat toys on the floor. There was a mosaic type pattern on the carpet. if you look here at my notes, you can see how I transformed these spaces. I pretended that I was dreaming. So I wasn't actually dreaming, but I was pretending that I was dreaming, and I pretended that I had to cross that river, the hallway. I had to cross the river. And the cat toys, those were alligators and birds, monkeys and dolphins. There were stones and logs. There was a boat, um, things that were lying around. There was a plant. I was pretending that that was a troll, some kind of wizard that I needed to connect with. um, the in between space, that river, possibly the life between lives. So I gave it all this meaning and purpose. The picture frames on the wall, well, those were birds flying by. So I just, and also like the very way that I would walk from my bedroom to the bathroom, crossing this hallway, crossing this river. I mean, I was pretending that this was deep, dangerous water. So I had to like spread my arms out to help me balance and really get into it. So this structure, there's your example. So there's a box here. So you can take my example here if you want and use that. And then this part here in your waking life, tell it like it is, describe your physical environment. And then pretend that you're dreaming and transform that physical environment and document what those things transform into. For example, cat toys transformed into alligators, and frames on the wall transformed into birds flying by. So it's one thing just to like think this kind of stuff, but when you document it, it really helps to bridge the dream life with the waking life. You'll start having more interesting dreams. Your mind will be more open to these type of experiences. And where are those diagrams now? Oh, before the diagrams is this main diagram. So I'm telling you, like, use these, don't use these, okay, Dragon Dreamers? Get messy, have fun. The idea is to give you ideas about how to go about organizing your information, okay? So this is just a nice blank one for you. You can do a quick sketch in your dream journal, or if you want, you can print this out. The blank is a blank. The hallway is a river. The bathroom is a glorious pond with a waterfall. I don't know. The living room is Manus's library. The kitchen is the science lab. The spare room is the place where we have committee meetings to talk about ET agenda and politics, whatever floats your boats, okay? There's the structure for you. Now I get to get into the diagram. So this is just me literally showing you, because I taught a lot of kindergarten primary, falling back on just circles. One circle is one idea. One cue card is one idea. One page is one idea, however you need to break it down. When your ideas start connecting to each other, you can start connecting your circles and finding the common ground. This creates a Venn diagram. Um, if you just have a bunch of circles, a bunch of ideas, great. If you can connect them, start connecting them. You'll notice some of them connect and some of them don't. Something over here connects to this. And what's interesting is whatever is here, through this guy, it's connected to all the rest of these, right? And it's possible maybe these ideas here will merge with this circle here, connecting it with all of these. Maybe throughout alchemy, you'll have these two separate. So just have fun playing around with this. You don't have to commit to any ideas that you're putting in there. This is another way to organize information. Maybe you have a web, so you've got like your idea, and then you have 3 main points. So if I was writing an essay, this would be like my thesis statement here, and that's my first premise, second premise, and my third premise. In a general way, they're related. That's why they all belong to my thesis statement and my essay. But this point, and this point are different points, hence they get their own circle. You might want to do this kind of T-chart where you put positive things on this side, negative things on this side. You might want to talk about, for example, your 3 points and how they formulate a thesis. Now, we can get into a conversation about bottom-up learners. That's me. Traditionally in public education, you're told that you have to have a thesis statement and 3 premises, and then that's your conclusion. Well, I need to do all my research and figure out what my conclusion is. And based on that, I pull out my 3 top premises, and basically my thesis statement comes last, which is very taboo for a lot of teachers, but that's because they're teaching a top-down approach when it comes to critical thinking. So if you're a bottom-up learner or top-down learner, that might be interesting for you to investigate. So don't be hard on yourself. If you're like, this diagram doesn't work for me, well, maybe you're not that kind of learner. This one's really good because, again, you have like one main topic in the center, and then you have 4 supporting ideas, 4 points. But typically a diagram like this represents a life cycle. So for example, maybe I have a picture of a frog in the center, and then the first one is the frog being just, my vocabulary is failing me in this moment, like just like an egg. And then it hatches, it's a tadpole, then it loses its tail, then the tail, it's still there. It just changes shape, if you will. It kind of becomes the butt of the frog, and then the legs take shape, and then basically the frog is the same. It's just it gets bigger. So this is just an example. Maybe you're trying to figure out stages of your spirit guides, or and don't worry about erasing this stuff. Don't erase it. Just keep it, because even if it doesn't make sense in the moment, it might make sense later. Maybe this here turns around. I don't know. That's for you to have fun and play around with, okay? So those images I just found on Microsoft Word. There's a little bit about me. No one can write your story like you can. Dare to dream. And I've published 8 books now in this moment, but at the time I published this here, not all of them were published. Most of them, right up to book 7. So I'm going to take this off screen share. So I hope that this free resource inspires you to play around, have some fun. If you need to close the curtain so nobody sees you crossing the river, then you just do that as you need to do that. And for what it's worth, like in a different video I was talking about just like your morning routine, brushing your teeth, making your coffee, going to the bathroom, me brushing Rosie, and then finally sitting down to dream journal. Well, take this activity with you. Like when you wake up in the morning, that's a river that you got to cross. And when you're going to the kitchen to make your coffee, you're going to the science lab. And Manus's library, the living room, is right there. And you might have days where you go to Manus's to do your dream journaling. And so these activities are really beneficial. And if there's any couples out there who are dream journaling together, it's important that you do your own dream journaling. That I think it'd be really cool if you did dream journaling together, like maybe for Valentine's Day, you did like a tribute, like lovers' dreams, or together you have to cross this river, and then you do a together dream journal about it, where you both are doing a bit of writing and you're both doing a bit of coloring on the same paper. And again, in closing, please make sure you share everything in the free Facebook group, the Dragon Dreams Soul Tribe Collective, because it's very inspiring. And you might not think something you did is a big deal, but it really goes a long way and inspires somebody else. Even just encouraging somebody to take those first steps to share. You know, what I'm asking you to share is very personal and intimate. I appreciate it. I thank you for it. And I'm looking forward to sharing my dream journals with you, um, which will be the next video. And I'm looking forward to that. So let me know how you're organizing your spaces. Let me know which diagram works for you. Do you prefer Venn diagrams? Does the circle work better for you? Do you find you're just making like charts? Maybe you're making grids. Maybe you just do a circle and then you've got all your other circles and you don't know what you're doing. You just got circles, but then one day you take the color purple and you connect all the circles that go together, and then you know, take the color orange and you connect those other circles that go together, and then now you start having a Venn diagram transforming. Now you have an essay, a book transforming, right? So it's very exciting when you can organize your information, you know, because the conscious mind is 95% of you, right? Apparently, I don't have it all figured out here. I don't have all the answers, but we share a collective conscious mind and a collective subconscious mind. That kind of stuff gets me a little bit confused, but for what it's worth, you and I, the me talking right now, this is only 5% of me. There's a whole other 95% of me, and this 5% of me, even though it's a minority percent, a strong minority at that, it's a very powerful minority, because it's the minority that gets to physically have the pen in the hand, and that gets to process the emotions and the thinking, that gets to be a beaver dam, the filter in our own right is the way that I always describe it, because you can do these fun activities through play, which inspires creative thinking, inspires critical thinking, independent thinking, and that's where you want to be. You want to do your own independent critical thinking based on your own conclusions, based on your own thinking, while considering the perspective of others, right? You always want to hone in on your own skills and your own what's resonating with you. And it's okay for things to change. So um, I'm just doing what I tend to do. I'm getting a bit ahead of myself here now, but I can feel the passion when I make these videos, and I feel like you're feeling it too. And I don't want you to be intimidated by a T chart. I know a lot of dragon dreamers out there, they did not complete high school. That's okay. You know, sometimes you see a T chart or a Venn diagram, and it just brings you back to your elementary school days, where reading, writing, arithmetic, it was just challenging for you, right? So do what works for you. If you want to trace your hand and then write 5 points, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points that resonate with you, great. Okay. If you want to create more resources and share them for free in the Dragon Dreams Soul Tribe Collective Facebook group, let me know, because I can download it from you and upload it there, right? So it would be really powerful to start seeing how your dream journals are transforming. And as time goes by, there's going to be more experienced dragon dreamers who are dream journaling. And then there's always going to be those new folks too. So we're always going to be weaving and inspiring others. And it's going to be important for the well-seasoned dragon dreamers to remember what it's like to be a beginner, and to be there to support and to help guide and reassure that, you know, somewhere through these dreams, half remembered and half misunderstood, that they will make connections, you know. And it's going to be important for the beginners to keep role modeling to the well-seasoned dragon dreamers, dream journalers, that we're really always in a state of beginning. We're always beginners because when we become a pro at something, a true master will recognize that learning will actually start to become stagnant. And so we turn to the teachers, always turn to the students because the students guide the new ways of knowing, for example, technology, right? So if it's better for you on that note to, type your dream journals out, do that. But there is something special about the um, hand. For me, sometimes I feel like in a past life, I used to write like this, and it was here that did the writing. And it would be interesting if, I got something to put on my thumb and started writing like that. Like imagine that's how we taught how to write in school. Maybe that will be the new way that we teach writing. Maybe tools like this will become obsolete, right? These are not natural tools. So this whole dream journal experience, what's familiar keeps you safe, but these tools are not even natural. It's very unnatural for us to clamp our fine motor skills like that. It's very natural for us to have open hands. And you know what? There's some palmistry in there representative of free will, right? So I hope you enjoy this resource. My name is Gina Virginia Casella, spiritual biz entrepreneur, shaman, the one behind the Dragon Dreams Soul Tribe Collective. Thank you for courageously dreaming with me. It is my absolute thrill and pleasure to be making these videos with you and to spend time with you and to go over those dream journals and your 1 to 3 minute videos. Keep posting in the Dragon Dream Soul Tribe Collective. Keep hoping, keep dreaming. I dare you to dream the most beautiful dreams far beyond your imagination. In fact, I double dare you.